Warriors fans, welcome back to Bullyball. We have got thrilling news today as the NBA trade deadline draws near. The Warriors are considering a few trades to strengthen our roster for a championship push. This video will discuss 5 particular players who could really make a difference for the Dubs. Now, let's dive in. First on our list is Nikola Vucevic, the gifted center of the Chicago Bull. Standing 6'10", Vucevic is known for his scoring versatility, rebounds, and basketball IQ. He is averaging a double-double this current season, proving his consistency on both ends of the floor. Vucevic has come up in recent trade speculations connected with the Warriors. His ability to space the floor well with a dependable mid-range jumper and three-point shooting fits well into Golden State's offensive schemes. Besides, he would help with one of the team's most glaring weaknesses, grabbing more rebounds for additional possessions and to help interior defense. The Warriors would likely package Andrew Wiggins for Vucevic to match salary and accompany him with future draft picks. Although Wiggins has been an important contributor, perhaps the front office considers that Vucevic's skill set fits better in line with the team's short-term championship goals. His arrival would elevate the Warriors' offense to a new level. Pick-and-pop situations with Stephen Curry would cause headaches for opposing defenses, and his presence in the post would pull defenders away from perimeter shooters. Defensively, he would provide rim protection and rebounding skills, areas where the Warriors need to get better. But there are some unfortunate considerations. Trading for Vucevic would likely involve trading away valuable assets, and there is always uncertainty when attempting to fit a new player into an established system. In addition, Vucevic's defensive mobility could be questioned in a scheme emphasizing switching as much as the Warriors do. All in all, the Warriors would surely find Nikola Vucevic an intriguing trade target. Offensively, he brings versatility and the ability to rebound, which would fully support the Warriors' immediate needs, while his experience could always help provide a calming factor for the team when the pressure is on. The front office must now weigh the pros and cons of the deal to see whether it would bring the Warriors closer to winning yet another championship. Up next is Jonas Valanciunas, that intimidating center from the Washington Wizards. The 6'11" feet and 265-pound Valanciunas is an old-school big man in every aspect. He prides himself on physicality, rebounding dominance, and highly efficient scoring in the paint. This season, he is delivering a double-double on the average, which showcases his consistency of being present on the inside. Rumors abound that the Warriors are eyeing Valanciunas as they focus on fortifying their front court. His ability to crash the glass and be a viable scoring option in the post would serve as a perfect complement to Golden State's perimeter-focused offense. Furthermore, his experience and tenacity could bring a whole new dynamic to the team's character. The Warriors may well put together a proposal to include a number of young players and draft assets to make salaries work and entice the Washington Wizards into accepting a deal for Valanciunas. Given the magnitude of Valanciunas' contract, the Warriors would need to tread carefully in financial aspects, which might even involve a third team to balance the trade. If the Warriors integrate Valanciunas into their system, they would have a reliable low-post scoring option that would force defenses to collapse and open up shots for the Warriors' top shooters. His size and girth would stabilize rim protection and defensive rebounding, areas which have historically been a challenge for Golden State. But other factors would need considering. Valanciunas is a little more traditional in his playing style, which could force the Warriors to adjust their fast-paced ball movement schemes. In addition, his lateral mobility on defense may create problems in the team's switch-heavy schemes, potentially leading to failures against speedier opponents. In summary, Jonas Valanciunas offers a compelling option for the Warriors to strengthen their interior presence. His rebounding and scoring abilities could provide a valuable complement to the team's existing strengths. The front office will need to assess the fit and cost to determine if this move aligns with their championship objectives. The third potential trade target is versatile forward John Collins of the Utah Jazz. At 6'9", Collins' style is known to be athletic, versatile in scoring, and floor stretching. He is having a good season, scoring well, inside and out. Recently, the Warriors were reported to be interested in acquiring Collins for some much-needed depth in their front court. His ability to complement the power forward position and center would also enable the Warriors to have much-needed flexibility in their lineup. Though their front court was quite different from Collins, his success in pick-and-roll situations and floor spacing effects would make him a huge asset for any team looking for a front court player there. Front court scoring and rebounds are among the most significant needs for the Warriors this year, which Collins provides. To some extent, Collins can score at the rim, sort of like an antithesis to Kevon Looney, who screens and rebounds. But Collins can score at the rim, shoot mid-range, and stretch the floor with the odd three-pointer. That keeps baskets open for Stephen Curry to attack and allows Draymond Green to work as a facilitator without clogging up the paint. Collins can also really hammer home the lobs set up by Curry, who is great at pitching the ball to big men in transition or in PNR sets. Collins, being such an athletic and quick player, would fit well into the Warriors' tempo. The Warriors could exchange Collins for a trade package involving an amalgamation of expiring contracts and draft picks to match salaries and fulfill the Jazz's rebuilding goals. Collins has a significant contract eating into a franchise, 3 more years at consideration of $25 million. The Warriors would have to tread carefully in consideration. It might take a third team in order to facilitate the deal and make the salaries work. Utah would also do well to get Moses Moody or perhaps some other young player if they want assets for the future. Before deciding to trade for Collins, there are risks that may need to be hammered out. He has shown glimpses of becoming a 20-point-per-game scorer, but his production over the last 2 seasons has raised questions on whether he can get back to being that caliber in a different system. He is athletic, but defensively Collins is neither a rim protector nor an elite post defender. The Warriors run a switch-heavy defense, and Collins' intelligence on that end has been questioned at times. Beyond that, with his $25 million price tag, the contract may limit the Warriors' ability to re-sign important players or chase other free agents down the road, which would make it a possible imposition for the team financially. Acquiring John Collins would greatly augment the Warriors' long-suffering front-court scoring needs and bestow newfound lineup flexibility. Still, they would have to be certain that his inconsistent production will not impede them, and that his contract would not hurt their ability to do future deals. If the Warriors believe they will unlock him, Collins could very well be a piece in their championship puzzle. Next on the list is Jimmy Butler, an aggressive forward of the Miami Heat. 67, Butler is known for his will, defense, and clutch performances. Butler consistently performs well in both offensive and defensive plays this season, averaging good stats, contributing on both ends of the floor. Recent news is that the Warriors have again opened the trade talks with the Heat regarding Butler. Butler would be a great asset for the team because of his leadership and experience, particularly in playoff situations. Butler's defensive versatility fits so well into the Warriors' switching schemes, whereas his shot creation will be another arming dimension for the offense. The Warriors might package Andrew Wiggins and other future draft picks in return for Butler. Wiggins' contract comes quite close to Butler's salary, making his inclusion in this trade plausible. Young assets, including Jonathan Kuminga, might also need to be added to satisfy the Heat's demands. Adding Butler to the Warriors' roster would provide them with a strong wing defender who can guard multiple positions. His slashing and mid-range games would also complement Steph Curry's ability to shoot from deep, yielding a more dynamic and unpredictable offense. Butler would help motivate the younger guys as a competitor with playoff experience. But things to look out for would be Butler's injury history, and the aggressive play style does raise some questions about his durability. Considering Butler's strong personality, management will need to tread carefully to not upset the chemistry of the current group. From a financial standpoint, acquiring Butler's huge contract could also weigh heavily upon the flexible and maneuverable nature of the roster that future moves could demand. In summary, Jimmy Butler is a rewarding risk from the Warriors' standpoint. He serves to enhance the intellect of any team with championship ambition through his performance on the defensive end, scoring efficiency, and vocal leadership. Considerations for fast-tracking the franchise's immediate aspirations toward another crown will rest with the front office on whether the pros outweigh the cons and costs. Miles Turner, the versatile center from the Indiana Pacers, rounds off our list at 6'11" feet tall. Turner is, of course, a shot blocker, but he is also adept at hitting the three-point shot, and his defensive versatility is huge. His averages this season are solid by any standard, most notably in blocks per game, which speaks of his abilities to protect the paint from attackers. According to reports, the Warriors have become interested in him for a front court that needs defensive help in shooting. He could step into the Golden State system, contributing from the top with his rim protection and floor stretching. Turner would allow defensive flexibility for the Warriors, such as schemes where switching would be favored or drop coverages would allow. A trade package that the Warriors would consider could easily be forged using exposed contracts, prospects, and draft picks that would match salary and suit the Pacers' rebuilding needs. Given that Turner has a hefty contract, the Warriors should take all financial aspects into consideration, and possibly even work in a third team to help get it done. Integrating Turner into the Warriors' rotation would practically do wonders for their interior defense, an area of need. Offensively, it would allow more driving lanes for Stephen Curry to operate in, creating even more offensive efficiency for the team. It would also give Draymond Green free rein to do his thing as a playmaker, resting assured that interior protection is taken care of. However, some things to consider are injury history, which would be risky, and his rebounding numbers, which are rather meager, considering his size and might not cover the Warriors' needs at all. Acquisition of Turner's contract poses financial repercussions that may curtail the Warriors' roster mobility in the future. In conclusion, Turner makes a compelling case for being a trade target for the Warriors. His capabilities on defense and with the spacing of the floor fit the Warriors' system and needs. The front office will have to weigh the positives versus the negatives and the costs of whether this move will advance the team's championship prospects. There you have it. 5 players have been offered as potential trade targets who could really help our roster prior to the NBA trade deadline. The players all have various skills and strengths with respect to our championship aspirations. As usual, the front office will weigh the pros and cons to act decisively for the future of the team. Stay with Bully Ball for all the latest updates and analysis. Throw in a like, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned with everything Golden State.